Well, what's going on? It is the Lakeside Bait and Tackle podcast, here with Doug and Brad. How's it going, Doug?
Another day in paradise.
Yeah.
Beautiful Friday afternoon.
Wasn't too windy today. The inlet's got a little bit of ice, so that'll probably thaw out here in the next couple days. Should freeze up pretty good, and we should be on the ice pretty soon.
Well, your 5-day forecast shows we got some cold nights. Days are above freezing. Every day's got wind, though. We need to get some of that wind to slow down.
Yeah.
To get some ice made. But we're still running trips, so open water in Geneva.
What are you fishing for? Walleye primarily, or?
Muskies primarily.
Muskie.
It's just the bad thing is this time of year we're doing a lot more trolling than I like. Just because it's hard to cast when that water is 42 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
Your hands get cold real quick with all that water splashing off that bait caster reel.
I believe it.
Well, how was your season?
Good. We just had our Black Friday sale going on. Day after Thanksgiving, that was a pretty good turnout. We had that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Are you doing the prize buckets and the raffles again this year?
We did that for Black Friday. We drew the winners already for that. Coming up, though, December 10th and 11th, we're having our holiday open house, and we're going to have some sales specials going on again, just like the Black Friday. We're going to do our mystery bucket raffle, which a lot of guys like that. We usually put in over $100 worth of product in that bucket. A lot of great stuff, a lot of great sales, a lot of new product we'll touch on here today.
The Razor Auger.
Razor Auger is pretty nice, yeah.
Now, from what I understand, somebody told me not too long ago, maybe 10 minutes ago, oh yeah, and it was you. It's equivalent to the Strike Master. It's the Strike Master blades on a carbon.
On a synthetic, yeah.
On a synthetic.
Yeah, it's like the Light Flight. It's the plastic flighting on there, so it's super light. And they have the adapter on there. You can put a power head on it or a regular drill like a DeWalt or a Milwaukee. So you can use that if you wanted to.
How many holes do you get out of one?
That depends on the drill.
Well, with my Strike Master, and not promoting Strike Master, but I will never leave them.
Yeah.
With my 40 volt, when it was brand new and the batteries were new and the blades were new, I'd get about 120 to 130 feet of ice on a battery. Now I'd say I probably get 90 feet of ice, but some of my batteries are 2 or 3 years old.
Sure.
And my blades are 2 or 3 years old, too.
Yeah.
It still cuts. I mean, you look at Saturday morning, we cut anywhere between 20 and 60 holes.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, yeah, you've seen us with bigger groups on the ice. We cut, I've ran through a battery in a day.
Yeah.
So I've always got 2, but I love that thing.
Yeah, I love mine, too. It is nice. I'm going to try that Razor out this year, though.
I know a lot of guys like them because it's lighter, it's more compact. You're not. But when you put a drill head on it, you take the drill off of it, it just got smaller and easier to store.
Yeah.
With my Strike Master, it is what it is. It's one piece that's going in the cart. I mean, I get it's a little bit bulky, but I love that. Is one of the best things you've ever sold me.
Yeah.
That and 5-inch dinger worms for bass on Delaware.
Yeah. I still remember back when they first came out with those lithium, when Strike Master brought that 40 volt out, and me and my dad kind of argued about it. I wanted a gas auger. I didn't want the electric, and we got into an argument about it, and finally I'm like, fine, we'll get the electric. That first day out, I fell in love with it, and I was so glad we got that electric. So nice.
Best part about that auger, besides the fact that I don't have to pull the cord, I don't have to prime it, I don't have to choke it, I don't have to put gas in the back of my car, I don't have to mix gas, I don't have to store gas, I don't have to worry about gas spilling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can keep going on this list here.
just go out there and push the button and it drills.
Push the button and just barely push her down. As soon as she starts grabbing, you just pretty much let her go and almost let the auger just take it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think about my 4th season of mine.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. The first one I launched off the 4-wheeler. Or no, I launched
out of the back of the truck. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you turn the corner. I was with you that night.
Yeah, that didn't work out so good.
No.
And, but no, actually, we still have the same auger head. I just got a different auger.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of like me when I hit that ice heave a couple years ago and went flying on the UTV, and my auger went flying out the back.
Yeah.
I had to get a new lower.
But yeah, I think I'm in year 4. The only thing I've had go wrong with it is one battery.
Yeah.
I had a battery that wouldn't charge last year, so I called you and you got me another one.
Mm-hmm.
But it's year 4, and I think still on the same set of blades, which I know it would probably cut a lot better. But
maybe this year you'll get a new set.
I don't know, but when it's still working, it's hard to change it.
Just think how faster it'll cut with some new blades.
Come on, now.
So, anyways, we were talking about James Sullivan from Sullivan Tip Down, and we got him on the phone earlier, and we're going to give him a call, and James is going to go over some new product that he has out. That product we will be stocking in the store within a couple weeks, getting ready for the ice season coming up. So
that's the attachment that goes on the side of the hub.
Yeah, the hub attachment for the tip drop, tip down, and then he has the wall mount for the permanent shacks too.
He's got them for the flip overs too.
Yeah.
He's got a bracket that goes on there.
Yeah.
So if you think of it like this, and I run all Eskimo shacks, not that I'm in a shack ever by myself. If you were like how you and I go out to Delavan and we start chasing walleyes at night before we start getting our busy ice season, you drill a hole you're jigging. You got a perch on this side, or you got a minnow on this side of you, and you got a minnow on this side of you. You don't have to get out of the shanty.
No.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The only bad thing is every time you move the shack, you're drilling 3 holes and you're dealing with bait and stuff. But I can't see how
that's part of ice fishing too.
Right.
Though.
That's part of anything we do. Even moving the boat, I got to deal with it.
Yeah.
But I like it. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool, especially if you're really out there and you're really trying to chase fish. I was like, you're not running out, you're not setting tip-ups, you're not setting autos, you're not doing anything. I mean, you're literally self-contained. And then in your pop-up, in your flip-over, same thing. Flip it up, move to the next spot, drill 3 holes, 1 for you to jig with and 2 live bait. So a lot of times when we jig the jigging wraps, or the shiver minnows through the ice, or the new one Acme has that we've been using, Hyperglides.
Yep.
Which we're becoming bigger and bigger fans of the Hyperglide than we are of anything else. I'm using them a lot more, and I'm getting a lot better. I talked to Robin from Acme, and I said, when I hit this thing in 8 feet of water, I was like, I don't even see it on my locator. He told me to slow down, and he's one of the days when you get, when you can see down the hole and it's clear, he's like, hit it slower. The reason being is that the way he has them designed, you hit that half of what you'd hit a jigging wrap because it takes off.
Yeah.
I mean, it has a lot. I didn't realize how much action it had to it. It actually does what it says. It
glides.
Right, so that's how you lose it on the screen and it comes back, is because I was just hitting it like I would a jigging wrap, smacking it. But so now basically you have your call lure in the middle. You got your Hyperglide. Now you got 2 minnows on the side, so kind of like musky fishing, when you put a sucker behind the boat, you're casting. You kind of cast at the sucker every once in a while to see if one will follow and grab your sucker,
Oh, yeah.
So same thing. But let's give James a call. I heard I think he's going to Minnesota for the ice show.
Hello, Sullivan Tip Downs.
Hey, is James Sullivan there?
How you doing?
Good. We're calling about your car's extended warranty.
Oh, that's great. I hit the cover of that.
Did you hit a deer?
Yeah, I hit a deer.
Not supposed to hunt the car.
Minnesota 11 pointer, they call it, right?
Hey, James, me and Brad are sitting here, and we're talking a little bit about your new product and some of the applications where we would use it. You want to tell us a little bit about, we know what it is, but nobody else does. And let me also go with this. If you go to Sullivan Tip Downs, it's all over Facebook. He has videos everywhere.
Yeah, I have a few of them up with the new stuff, and it's pretty exciting. That the newest thing I came up with, last year I came up with these clips that snap into the shacks into the flip over shacks. And everybody, that got them really liked them. A lot of back and forth, with customers, and we finally got everything the way we wanted to fit. And I had a couple of great guys that cooperated and got me through that whole development process, because it's impossible to have all the different flip over tents, at your disposal. So it was great the way my customers all, were very cooperative in getting this stuff done, taking pictures, sending it back. Anyway, we got these snap-on clips, and basically they clip onto my product, and it can be I have new kits that I sell for in the shack, but you can take your old Sullivan tip drop that you already have, use these clips, and clip it right into your existing flip over tent. So that was last year's exciting stuff, and I just got it going, and now it's taken off pretty good. And then as soon as you come out with a new product, everybody goes, "But I needed to do this." So the next thing was the hubs. So the hub tents, pop-up tents, the walls really have nothing you can do anything with. You got those bars or those rods, the flexible fiberglass rods. And I started looking at that, and it just didn't look like that'd be the place. So I started looking at the hub, and they all have the eye bolt coming through the wall. So the eye bolt looked like the place to put it. And first I did a Frable one, and that one had a recessed nut inside the plastic thing. And that was kind of a pain, but then I went to the hardware store and we screwed in the eye bolt. That one worked really good. And I just put a posting on Facebook. Hey, if anybody has a pop-up hub they can use, because I have a clam flip over, and I wasn't going to buy a hub for that, but the guy helped me out, Steve Hatcher. We got it all set up, and it worked out really good. As I was looking at that was kind of a pain to install, because it took two of us, and one guy was on the outside screwing the eye bolt, the other guy inside. So I came up with a whole other system, and my video's on Facebook, but and I think got like 10,000 views in a day, so it really took off.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
No, I seen it.
Oh yeah, yeah. So anyways, you can put them up, and you can put as many rod holders as you have hubs in your shack. So if you got a double one, you can put a rod holder on every one, and we all know that you need your floor space in all them shacks, because you thought it looked a lot bigger when you bought it. And as soon as you drag your heater in there, and your chair in there, the dog and the wife, and everything else, there's no room in there. So it really helps out. If you need to see them, they're at www.sullivantipdown.com. I got them in a few bait shops. It's kind of new and scary, because it's got to be two different packages right now, the way I got it, because there's so many different brands that it's tough. Not the hub one, but the other shack clips. So
Sure.
it's pretty easy to buy them online, and I'm working with a couple bait shops. We're seeing our goals right now. So.
Nice.
That's awesome, man. We're happy for you.
And then you do have that clear tube with the light also, correct?
I'm having a hard time hearing you guys.
Oh, Brad asked, you also still have the clear tubes with the lights.
Oh yeah. So you light up the ice out there, and then in the shack kits have the lights in them also, and they're just the finger lights that you can buy on Amazon really cheap. So they're readily available. You can buy them and everybody's got an Amazon account, I think, by now. But you can buy a quantity of 10 to 40 or 100 or however many you want, whatever you want to spend. So
Sure.
they last a lot longer than I originally thought. So
yeah, I think I bought 100 of them for like $6 or something a couple of years ago when you told me.
yeah,
And I still got some.
you can put them on the end of your rods. You can put them anywhere. I mean, they're really handy to have, because you can light up your stuff, wherever you want to.
Yeah, they're pretty nice.
We like them.
Yeah, I mean, they're cheap Chinese things, but they work great.
The problem with that is there's not anybody here that has something that's equivalent to it.
Oh, it's impossible to get anything made that small.
Yeah.
That's what I learned with the motors that I had to buy, too. So I'm excited about ice season. I just got a report. There's 6 inches on Lake Altoona. I didn't go down and drill a hole yet, but one of my friends that fishes a lot says it is. So that's about the time I start venturing out. I'm not that first ice guy.
Well, I'm a first ice guy for me. I'm just not a first ice guy with the clients.
And that's all that everybody's adventure level. And when I was younger, I was a lot more adventurous, but not so much anymore.
Well, see,
the
way I look at it, I'm getting fat, and fat floats. So I'm golden.
That's not what my dad used to say, floats, Doug.
But all right, buddy. Well, you're on your way up to the ice show up in Minnesota.
I'm up there. Yeah, I got to drop off some stuff. They're going to have my product at Extreme Tackle this weekend up in St. Paul. So that's kind of nice. I don't have to go there and do that all weekend. I'm not the show pony. This show's just, it's so boring. I can't take it. I stand there for hours and hours and hours.
Oh yeah,
I
believe it.
Completely understand, and then you answer the same question 500 times. And what's really bad is when one person asks you the same question 3 times and you answered it the same every time, and then they tell you, no, you're wrong. Well, then why? And you can't say, well, then why did you ask me?
Yeah,
believe me, I had to do Milwaukee Sports Show for a lot of years with some of my sponsors. Oh my God, am I glad I don't have to anymore.
I'm going to Fargo next week, and I'm actually doing that show. That's a smaller show, a smaller venue, a little funner. I can walk around more. But yeah, the St. Paul show is just a big show. I mean, it's huge. It's not my thing. So.
Well, that's all right. Hey, it doesn't need to be your thing. As long as you keep showing all of us your product, we keep pushing it out there because everything you make is pretty good.
Yep, definitely.
I got a few other ideas yet, but like I said, I don't have time to put them out there yet. So I'll keep my mind going and having fun.
All right, brother. Well, have a safe drive, man.
Yep, appreciate you.
Thanks, Brad. Thanks, Doug.
All right, good talking to you, buddy.
Have a good one.
Talk to you later.
Thanks. I like James.
Oh yeah, he's a great guy.
He's a super guy.
Yeah.
He gets you can hear the excitement too when you start talking about his product.
Yep.
So let's talk about some of the stuff we were going to cover. We're going to talk about him.
Yep.
We're going to
Talk about
James. About the new stuff in your store that you don't want to talk about. Just you didn't want to tell anybody that you're a Shimano rep.
Yep. I am a Shimano rep. Coming this summer, we're going to get some of the higher end Shimano products in, some of the reels, rods. G Loomis also. We already sell the Power Pro. For Shimano, G Loomis, and some of the higher end Shimano products, which is nice. I've had a lot of customers asking for that, and just reached out to Shimano and finally became a top shelf dealer. I don't even know if they call that top shelf anymore. But yeah, we sell St. Croix.
And you're an Okuma dealer.
Yeah.
Speaking of Okuma, and I know I'm going to change subjects on you real quick. So I was talking to Mark Rogers, the national sales rep, the other day, and we were talking about the drags and some of the reels.
Okay.
So like your musky, my musky reels that I have from Okuma, they're pretty high end and they're pretty high dollar.
The Komodos?
Yeah. So what he told me, when you're done at the end of the day, you've got that drag so tight. He said, especially end of season, you're going to let that reel sit till next October. It might sit for 8 months, 10 months, whatever.
Yeah, back that drag off.
Yeah, he told me that on every one. He said even my line counter reels, and he said even if they're not Okuma reels, he said, don't care whose it is, line counter, trolling, casting, he says, back it off.
Yeah, it takes the tension off the springs on the drag.
He said you'll get a lot more use out of it to last a lot more years on you.
Yeah.
Not that I haven't had a problem with any of their products, but I still got a couple. Oh God, was that like 9-10 years ago? You sold me one of them Daiwa.
Oh, the Accus.
The Accus. I still have. You sold me 6, and now this has been 8 or 10 years. I still have 2 of them. The only reason I haven't got rid of them is because they still work.
Sure.
But I mean,
those are great reels too.
The silver is polished is off of them. You can't even tell that it was made by Daiwa anymore.
Yeah.
I know everything in my boat should say Okuma, but there's no way I'm getting rid of something that still works.
Right.
But yeah, it's just like, wow, But I didn't know that either. And I was like, wow, I might have these for another 5 years, 10 years.
Since we're talking about reels, I have bulked up the reel selection in the shop big time. Come next summer, at the beginning of the summer, I will probably have just about 500 reels in stock.
Wow.
Yeah. Daiwa, Okuma, especially Okuma. I'm a huge Okuma dealer. Shimano, Quantum, Penn, Luz. Trying to get a little bit of everything. We got 13, we got Favorite, Abu Garcia.
Part of the problem is you only have so much floor space. It's amazing what you guys pack in, and it still looks clean and organized.
Try to, anyways. We got so much stuff.
Yeah,
and we still have boxes of tackle that we got to get out yet. We just don't have room right now.
We need to knock one of these walls out.
Maybe someday.
Either that or just take part of Walmart over. That's the same. You have so much stuff. I don't know how the heck you fit it in there.
Yeah. I don't know how we do it either, but we do. Find an open spot on the wall and we fill it.
Well, let's put it this way. Your dad does, because if you or I fill it, even if he tells us to put it there, you come back and he's going to take it down and move it somewhere else anyways.
He will.
Yeah, because I even said to him, but I put it right where you told me,
I changed my mind.
Yeah, I don't want it there. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just going to get away from this and you just do it.
Yeah.
God bless him. He's a great guy, but he's got a system for everything.
Yes, he does.
All right, let's talk about ice predictions. What are you thinking here?
So, probably in about 2 weeks, being that the temperature is getting down into the low 20s and teens for that extended forecast at night, it should make some ice as long as we don't have high winds. So, I'm thinking in probably like 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, should definitely be able to get on the inlet by the boat launch here and possibly down on the south end in Highlands Bay. Ucrest, getting over there might take a little bit because you got to go around the island, but Highlands should be able to get to, I would think, maybe the channel.
So you think by Christmas, I think second week of January.
Okay. I might be a little early. I don't know. I'm excited for ice fishing. I can't wait to get on the ice.
Because years ago we used to run our New Year's Eve walleye trips.
Yeah.
On Delaware, which is a blast. Come out about 4 o'clock and we fished till 2, 3 in the morning. Mm-hmm. We cooked the whole 9 yards. We set up tip-ups everywhere. We catch walleyes. It's a good thing to do besides sitting in a bar.
Yeah.
We did it a couple of years ago. Then we haven't the last 2 years because I haven't had the ice. What my calendar says is when we get this cold in November and the beginning of December, we get like a 2-week warm-up.
Don't say that, Doug.
I know. I'm just saying.
You keep that to yourself.
I had a $625 a month boat payment, so
Geneva will still be open.
Plus, guy, well, yeah, but I can't get a customer in a boat when there's no pier.
That's true.
Well, I can and I can't.
Just keep a plank with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Pull the Jesus thing here. Put these slippers on and see if you can walk the boat. Here, I'll help you. I'll grab my phone to record this.
Yeah.
No, I think actually my brother Ed and I are going to go out tonight, chase some walleyes for a little bit, and then I'm out. Whatever day is less windy, Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to go one last musky blast unless I can get a couple decent days. Then after that, I think I'm going to pull everything out of the boat.
Yeah.
Call it a season. Only problem was like last year, we had so much fun on Lake Michigan with them brown trout.
Yeah.
Them little sea frilling ones. They're only like 2 pounds, so I was just running them on like bass gear.
But it was nonstop action.
Oh my God, was that fun. So if I wasn't guiding Saturday or Sunday, we were at Lake Michigan catching a brown trout.
Yeah.
That's a riot. Somebody asked me, well, what do you do to winterize your boat? I trim the motor all the way down every time I get off the water to let all the water out, and I pull the plug. And I make sure the live wells stay empty. And
park it in the garage.
Yeah, I put it in the garage, which my garage is detached, and you never know, but I kind of use it year round. So they're, oh, what do you mean? Well, yeah. If there's open water, it's going in the water.
Might as well.
Well, absolutely. Why not? It's just sitting there.
No.
But man, was that a blast. But I'm pumped up for ice, and I'm hoping I'm wrong. And I said what I said, hoping I'd be wrong. I'm usually wrong about a lot of things, ask my ex-wife. And so I'll be like, yep, I was wrong. I'll be happy if I'm wrong about this one. Good person, but still ex, and that's okay. But that's where we're at today, buddy.
Nice.
Anything else we should cover since we only do this once a year?
Yeah, we gotta get on a better schedule of doing podcasts.
Oh.
Well, we talked to Bobby about coming in.
Yeah.
So we are hoping to have some other fishing guides and whoever else, different manufacturers, just like James Sullivan, either on the phone or here at the shop, be here live to do the podcast with us. So
if you email Lakeside Bait and Tackle and you put a couple questions together,
lakesidebait@gmail.com.
we can, more than likely, we know the rep for the manufacturer.
Yep.
If you got a couple questions, we can call them on the podcast and we can get them answered for you.
Or you can message me on Facebook, right through Lakeside Bait and Tackle's Facebook page. Even Doug, also through Guide-Eyed.
I try to answer them. Yeah, if you got questions about your Lund, your Mercury, your Okuma stuff, just about anything in Brad's store, send an email and we will call the rep.
Yeah, we know a lot of people in the fishing industry.
Well, you do because they walk into your store because they want you to sell their product.
That is true.
Yeah, but then we can start answering questions. Oh, ice reports will be coming pretty soon.
Yes. Our video ice reports that we do every year, we'll start those as soon as we start seeing some good ice out there where we can get out there. Even if it's bad, we'll still kind of do a video from shore like we've done in the past. We will definitely be hitting up Delavan, multiple spots, Geneva, and Lake Como are the main lakes that we do.
Oh, with me living a lot closer, oh my gosh, does it make it a lot easier to do them.
Yeah.
You know, it's not where I have to plan to do it.
Yeah.
Just like tonight, I didn't have to plan. You said, hey, this is when I want to do it. All right, no problem. Love it.
Yeah. Especially for the ice reports, you know. It's like, hey, we got an hour. Let's go do Delavan or something and go knock one out once a week or so.
I'll be honest, if the wind wouldn't be blowing in my face right now on Delavan, I would walk down to the community park and walk the shore and throw some thunder sticks.
Those walleyes, they move in shallow this time of year on Delavan.
Yeah, the only problem is that wind would be blowing right in my face.
Yeah.
And it is kind of cold. If you didn't know it, it is Friday night, the 2nd of December.
Yep.
So everybody knows what the weather is right now. But other than that, buddy, that's all I got. It was just good to see you.
Oh, yeah. Always.
What you got on your end there, bud?
We're covering that.
Oh, you're very organized.
Trying to.
Yeah, Brad has a big notebook and a pen to scratch everything off after we talk about it.
Just some different ideas so we can touch on some stuff.
I walk in with ADD and don't even know what we're talking about.
I think we all have that. For your ice season coming up, I know you told me that you are already starting to book up some dates for ice fishing trips.
Yes, sir. Oh, can we cover this real quick? I get a lot of calls for gift cards right before Christmas. I wouldn't say a lot. I get probably 10.
Okay.
I haven't put it on Facebook yet, but what I think I'm going to do on my gift cards, and I got to figure out how to word it and everything. The problem is every time I give something away or I do something like that, I always get somebody that's got some stupid comment. And like the last time when we were giving away gift cards and everything, I gave them away to from Dick Smith's, Ribbon Lips Tackle, from your store. For the last 10 years, I've always given them away whoever gets closest to this number.
Sure.
And one of them I had was for Rippin' Lips like 2 years ago that Billy gave me.
Yeah.
And the guy says, well, I was closest without going over. I said, well, it doesn't matter. It's not what it is. Well, that's how it should be. And he sends me his address to send it to him. I'm like, hey, man, it doesn't work that way. You can unfollow me. I don't need this. Well, and he tries to tell me how I should be doing everything. And I'm like, well, maybe I do things unorthodox and a little bit out there. But it's worked for me for the last 10 years.
Right.
It's worked pretty good. And I'm 80-some% repeat.
Yeah.
So I'm doing something right.
Well, I guess for this year, you can say, hey, whoever closest to this number with going over or under, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Whoever closer.
For something when we're doing something fun, I shouldn't have to put a disclaimer on something. Usually when I do something like that, it's on a Sunday night at 8 o'clock right before bed. And, you just feel good, so you just try to do something.
Yeah.
But I think what we're going to do with gift cards this year, because I actually want to see what comes back from Facebook. Because, I'm still primarily word of mouth, repeat, people know each other. I think we're going to go 10% off a gift card for vet, active, non-active.
Sure.
I think I'm going to go 10% off for active first responder. And I'm going to run it on Facebook because I want to see actually if Facebook's worth my time. But it's one of the things we're going to do this. I'm going to do probably here in the next week or two.
Okay.
So I'll get that rolling, and maybe that'll help some people that have a hard time affording us, make it a little bit cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, we'll figure something out. We'll try to figure it up and get some guys out on the water and or on the ice, whatever they want to do.
One of the calls I had the other day was from, and actually you helped us clean up when they were here 2 years ago. Was a group from Missouri. It was like 7 o'clock on Friday night they called, and you could tell they'd been drinking a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The whole group was down there, and we were in a tavern together. And hey, man, everybody, my point of contact to the group, everybody that was on that trip wants to come back out. When are you going to have ice? I said, you want a safe assumption? Safe assumption end of January. I said, possibly first weekend in January. I was like, I honestly don't know. He said, well, it's really hard for all 8 of us to take a day off if we don't know when. I said, well, it's really hard for me to tell you what Mother Nature's going to do tomorrow.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
But it was just kind of fun, because you could hear all these guys in the background, and hey, remember when we caught this, and we caught this, and this happened? And
that's awesome. They were excited. They had a great time.
It was great. So I got a few of those calls coming. I wish I could see the future, and I wish I was as confident as you are.
Yeah.
I think you're a little bit more confident than me.
Well, I want to get on the ice.
I do too. The problem is, you take your tip-ups, you reline them. You put new leaders on them. You take your poles, reline them.
Yeah.
You take everything out, make sure everything's working, everything's ready. You pop up all your shacks, let them air out, clean them up if you got it, whatever. Okay, well, everything's ready. Now what do I do?
Wait for the ice.
Right, that's the problem. You get so excited. Every battery and every locator I had was charged.
Oh, mine are charged.
Yeah.
I charged them the other day.
That's what I mean. So you have everything ready. You have these colored jigs of this kind in this box. You have these color of this kind in this box. You have, you check the batteries in your aerator for your cooler and for your bait. You went out and you took the 500 count wax worms that I buy from you, and I got them separated in containers of 20, 20, 20.
Yeah.
And then I did the same thing: 20 waxies, 10 spikes. 20 waxies, 10 spikes. Okay, well now, everything's ready again. Now what do I do?
Yeah.
It's just the hard part is you're so ready and you're foaming at the mouth, and then Mother Nature's bipolar.
Yeah.
I think she'll throw another 50-degree day in here just to mess with me.
Oh, I'm sure it'll happen. That does remind me. I got to re-grease my beaver dam tip-ups. A couple of them are getting a little froze up on me last season.
Oh God, I don't mess with mine until something goes wrong with them. Well, you fished with my brother Ed, but he's got some of our beaver dams are from my dad. Some of them gotta be from the 60s. I don't know how long they've been around, but some of them are that old forest green.
Yeah.
Where I came in here and bought parts for them.
Yeah, I have a handful of those really old ones too.
But they still work great. One of them, Paula, Ed's wife, gave him a piece of cloth to put on the flag because the flag shredded. And he took hot glue and kind of folded it over, and it works. It's funny. I got the only tip up on the lake that got like orange and white polka dots on it.
Nice.
Yeah, whatever. It still works. You know when the flag's up, you're still running.
Yeah.
But gosh, I barely ever do anything to them. And they
Actually, I think I have a tip up with a polka dot flag. No joke. I'm gonna have to go and take a look at that.
Well, you got the new.
Well, not the new beaver dam. This thing is old. It's ancient. It's probably 40 to 50 years old.
Yeah. Well, you've seen we got a few of them. You know, it's.
Yeah. But yeah, Beaver Dam came out with the Wonder Bread tip ups, and those are pretty cool.
Oh, so if you didn't know, Wonder Bread's colored white, red, yellow, purple that they have in the
Bunch of polka dots on it.
Yeah, in the bread bag.
Yeah.
Beaver Dam did a tip up that color, and they kind of went for this year, and they went heavier on a purple base. And it just, even being a guy, it just looks really cool.
It is a cool tip up.
It looks really cool.
I sold a ton of them right away early season when they came out. Yeah.
And then the veterans ones this year. Beaver Dam does some cool stuff, like the pink camel ones that I have. They were telling me that they're worth more than what I bought them. And I was like, well, what does that matter? Because I'm sitting there looking on eBay and they're, $100, whatever. And I do know just because it's for sale doesn't mean it's sold.
Right.
But it wouldn't matter if you gave me $100.
Yeah.
I need it.
Yeah.
I use them every day. I need them. I wouldn't have bought them if I didn't need them.
Yeah.
My whole goal behind that was we have 40 tip-ups or 50 tip-ups that are ready for pike and bass. Well, we do nighttime walleye trips, and I'm so sick of tying leader lines. So when Beaver Dam came out with that walleye tip-up, it's a darker base with a black flag, picture of a walleye on it. I bought a dozen of those from you. And I have those tied with lighter leaders, smaller treble, everything else. The light kits are in the bag. Everything's in the bag. So I don't have to retie stuff at night.
And when you grab those are your walleye boards.
Yes. It sucks that I own so much stuff, but there's nothing worse than getting off the ice at 4:30 when you've been at it all day. Now you're going to run home or you're going to sit out there and you're going to retie everything.
No thanks.
Nope. No, then you're just miserable because then what happens, we start our ice trips at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night for walleyes. A couple guys are jigging, we got tip-up set everywhere, blah, blah, blah. You're supposed to be off at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. By the time you clean up, you're back to the car, it's 2 o'clock. Well, you got to be back to the bait store by 6 to get bait.
For your next trip.
Right, because you need to be back on the water and set up by 7 the next morning. So you have 4 hours you're going to get sleep. Well, now you're not going to get but 3 hours of sleep because you have to cut every one of these leaders and you have to put 20 pound back on for bass and pike.
Yeah.
It's like, I hate to do it, but I'm going to spend a couple $100.
Yeah.
But it's all about sleep at that point. Ice is grueling.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, to see people, especially the little kids, when they see something come out of that
that's
hole,
awesome.
and they freak out. That's priceless. That is awesome. That's why we always put these pictures on I don't do on Facebook like I used to, but that's why we always put the pictures of the little tiny kids, 4 years old.
Blast.
Yeah, because they're just like freaking out. Yeah, I told you the one, what was that? Oh, God. Last year, the year before, it was Chris and Dana Rakana's one daughter was out with us. She's 4. Yeah, she's like 4. Well, anyways, she caught a couple out of tip-up, couple pike, couple bass, doing really good. We get one to the top of the hole and it came off. I was like, dang, whatever, it happened. Part of fishing. I looked at her and I thought she was going face first down the hole. I was like, what are you doing? She's like, my fish is in there. I was like, no, he's gone. No, my fish is in there. He didn't come out. No, he's gone. I'm telling you, there's no fish in there. I'll catch you another one. No, he's got to be in there because she had no concept of how this was working.
Yeah.
And you're trying to be serious, but oh my God, was it funny? My fish is in there. No, honey, he's gone. But my fish. Oh, I love that stuff.
Yeah. Was that last year you ran that group? What was it, like 40 people or something?
The Boy Scout group?
Yeah, was that 2 years ago? 2 years ago.
That was me, you, Steve Harmeyer, my brother Ed. We had 40 some Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
And this is really bad. It was supposed to be like 20. I told you it was going to be 25. Well, what happened, and I understand this, was how do you take the 8-year-old boy up here because he's a Boy Scout without bringing his 9-year-old sister?
Right.
So he ended up 25, turned into 40.
Mm-hmm.
So we set every tip up I possibly had with me that morning. Oh my God, we went through 8 dozen shiners. Out of 40 kids, each one of them kids, and they were only out from 9 to 2, had at least 3 flags apiece.
That day, the flags were popping.
Yeah.
It was nonstop.
Yeah, remember I got down to my blue jeans, I took my bibs off, I took my sweatshirt off. I just had a hoodie on and a pair of blue jeans because I was running and running and running and running.
Yeah.
I just couldn't keep up. And then them kids, man, they got a lot of energy. Those are some of the coolest pictures, though, that I possibly have. I mean,
yeah, that was a good time.
Oh, you see it. Brad, our warden, sat down and did an ice safety talk with them, too.
Yep.
It was a whole structured day. I mean, it went. I don't think we could have had a better trip.
They got a hot lunch out there eating hot dogs.
Well, yeah. Well, everybody, we we cook for everybody when it's ice time. Robin from Acme gave me bobbers, waxworms from Uncle Josh.
Yeah. Robin's a great guy.
Yeah, gave me some other stuff. The Racine PD gave these bags that had like sticker badges, coloring books. I forgot. You guys, you and your dad gave something too.
I think we had some tackle bag assortments and
so
stuff.
It was something, yeah. But I mean, them kids left with all sorts of stuff. And to a kid, I don't think it matters. Like how the day was, how awesome it was. For me to have over 100 flags, was pretty impressive.
It was crazy.
Yeah, but for them to leave with something to them means so much more than a couple fish. You know? For them, it's always leave with something. So yeah, we turned that was definitely a success for us. That was for something we did for free. Yeah, we definitely earned our money on that one.
Yeah.
So oh my God,
needed a couple days off after that day.
Yeah, and he kept the guy that organized it kept saying, "Well, I know we can't afford it, but why don't you just let us give you a couple $100 for food or something?" No, we got this. Yeah. We got this. We got this. You know, and then I asked you, and I asked Steve, and I asked my brother. I was like, "You guys want some money?" He's offering it. My answer is no, and you guys are like, "No, we don't want nothing."
Nope, not for that.
Actually, I think your dad gave us all the bait for that.
Oh yeah, I think we did supply the bait too.
Yeah. So we all, I mean, for what it cost me, what it cost you, what it cost them, you know, my brother and Steve, it was nothing compared to the memories we had. That's something I remember.
Most of those kids have never done before either.
Right.
They had a blast doing that, and, you know, future fishermen.
Part of it was some of the parents that came out, too, and they were just not feeling walking out on the ice. It's like,
I think a few of them had tennis shoes on and blue jeans.
Yeah, that's that. And I remember the one lady, "Are you sure this is safe?" I was like, "We have over a foot of ice. I do understand it's 35 degrees out, but we have over a foot of ice, and it's pretty solid."
Yeah.
And she's like, "But it's supposed to get up to like 40 today." I understand that, but we have a foot of ice, and it's solid ice. I mean, this is the first day we've had above freezing in a month. Mm-hmm. Well, when it gets up to 40, won't it all melt? No. And then you try to explain it to her, and the first hour, you know, they're all taking baby steps everywhere, and they're nervous.
Yeah.
It's like, you see how big I am, and you notice that I let all these kids run around with me as like...
We had the machines out there, too.
Yeah, we got machines, everything else. You see people driving trucks out. Not us, but you see people driving trucks.
All over the place, yeah.
Pretty sure you're okay. Then they finally calmed down, but oh my God, I bet you I had that call probably 10 times in the few days prior. You sure we're going to be safe? I would did it if I didn't think we were going to be safe. If I didn't know we were going to be safe, I wouldn't have done it. And even it's not even a thinking thing anymore. I promise you, my insurance policy has no lump clause in it for me being stupid.
Yeah. And you're not going to risk anybody's life going out there, especially a bunch of kids.
Well, that goes back to why you and I fish first ice, because we can't guide yet. So first ice is when we hang out. Actually, I think the only time that you and I have ever fished in the middle of the season was when we went up to Green Bay when I took off work that Monday morning and we pulled an unknown.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, that time I drove on the ice.
Yeah. Oh, there was 2.5 foot of ice out there.
Oh, yeah.
We picked the wrong day to go because it was -20 out there that day. Oh, my God. It was so cold.
But that's the first time I've ever had one heater in a 5-person insulated shack and it wouldn't heat it up. Never had that.
It was so cold. But we killed it, though.
Oh, my God, was that fun.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. Every time I talk to Alex, our buddy that brought us up, he's Perk ice guide up there. What is it? West Bay? I don't remember.
I can't remember.
But he came over with this gas auger that he did get rid of. And he came in our tent, and he went to drill a hole. And, yeah, that took about 5 minutes, and he still hadn't had a hole drilled.
And you didn't bring your auger because Alex said he had his.
Right. Hey, buddy, I know it's -20 and the windshield's -30 and it's one of the coldest days on record. But you need to give me a ride to my car because I need to go get my auger.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. He tried carbon and monoxide dust.
Oh, it was bad.
Oh,
Well, I think that next week he ordered
ordered
Strike
an
Master
auger
with
from
me.
you.
Yeah, he got that lithium. He's like, no more propane or anything.
Yes. Oh, I'll never forget
That might have even been a gas one. I can't even remember. But
I remember we went to that pancake place when we left there. I could still taste
the Pancake Palace.
Oh, my God, that was awesome. What kind did you get? I don't know. They got like 30 different kinds of pancake. I didn't even know they did that. Okay, I'm ordering a lot of them because I want to try each. Yeah. They should walk in there and they should give you like a sampler.
Yeah, there you
go.
go.
You get a little saucer with the apple pancake and then the next one's
they were huge too.
Yeah, that was the problem. They were huge. They were unbelievably huge. They need to have the mini sampler where it's like 20 different plates of pancakes. But that was crazy. But I could still, my eyes were still burning.
Yeah.
I can't believe we made it out and get carbon monoxide.
Yeah. That was bad.
That was a good time.
It was too cold just to stand outside. It's like, oh my God, it's so cold.
Right? Do we go in here and smell exhaust for the next 4 hours, or do we like pick up the shanty? No, it's a little bit warmer in the shanty. We'll just hold our breath.
Yeah.
Won't be able to see because of the tears coming out of our eyes, but it's so cold. Even if you fall over, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that.
Oh,
that was great. And the worst part is every year, me and you keep saying, man, we need to go back up there and do that again. It was so fun.
Maybe this year.
Oh, man. I'll just look
caught some nice perch, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was a blast. I think I'm going to focus a little bit more on Delavan perch this year than I did. You told me on the other side of the lake, the boathouse bought.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I haven't talked to Chris from American Marine yet.
Yeah, Chris, I'm sorry.
I was going to give him a call today, and I forgot. But, yeah, I was going to call Chris and get, like, the actual details on that. So, American Marine, from what I heard, did sell to the boathouse, and I will have to find out if we can still park down there for ice fishing. Right by the lake or across the street by their storage buildings. So, because if we can't park there, you got Bluegill Road and Dutch Mill, and that's really about it, parking. So
for that side.
Yeah. I know you can park, you probably park over at Scoops, maybe, if you talk to Scoops Bar. That's quite the hike, because that's more over by the Ravenswood area, and you can't get on over there anymore.
I don't know, it was 8-10 years ago, I parked there. God, it's got to be like 5 blocks.
Yeah, it's a hike.
Yeah, he told me, he said, just come back, and he's like, buy a beer. I was like, well, to be honest with you, I don't drink beer. And he said, well, come back and buy a Pepsi. I said, I can do that.
Yeah.
So he was really good to me about it.
Yeah, because I think it's the end zone right there, right by Bluegill Road. He doesn't mind if you park in his lot, but he just wants you to stop in, grab some lunch or something, or drink or whatever. But
well, say if they know you start getting 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, they start getting busy and they have nowhere for their customers to park.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, it's like when we do Eagle Lake, we always go to that Michael's, and usually I'll get my dinner. I'll call him before we get off, just so I'll make me dinner to go.
Yeah,
just to say, hey, thanks for letting me park in the parking lot.
Yeah.
He actually treats us really good over, but the fishing, brother.
Yeah, I think we got everything covered for today anyways. Maybe next week we can get together and do another podcast. Maybe do a recap of your fishing on Geneva if you're getting out there on the walleye.
Me and my brother are going to go out there tonight, so
maybe I'll go with too. I'm not sure. It's kind of cold out there.
It's supposed to be like 18. But I got to go home and I got to take 6 rods. I put new leaders on them and I got to go grab a Smithwood box and another box. And it's been a while, so it'll take me probably 20 minutes to get the boat loaded. What I've been doing is I've been unloading the boat this time of year. Try not to really leave nothing in it.
Sure.
It is nice though when I get to call for a trip though, you just grab what you need, put it in it. You don't have any kind of mess in it right now because everything's put away.
Yeah.
But I'll go grab 3 boxes of lures and a couple planer boards and
hit the water.
Oh, my fingers are cold thinking about it, man. But you know what? It's so worth it.
Yeah.
It's the whole part that sucks is, man, I don't want to go. It's so cold. We're supposed to have 35-mile-an-hour gusts of wind tonight. Don't want to go. Then once you're out there, man, I don't want to leave.
Yeah.
So it's, that's the tough part. It's just getting the motivation to go when it's cold and windy like this.
Right.
But once you're out there, it's different. As far as I know, it appears they're still in at Williams Bay.
Okay.
Which makes our life a lot easier. I'll check the good lake links real quick and see what they say. Imagine somebody would have said something.
Lynn Pier might still be in.
Well, Lynn and all of them are out, though. I know Williams Bay was in last Sunday when we were out there.
Oh, okay.
I don't see anybody saying that they're out. I know they were in Sunday because I was out there trolling muskie Sunday.
Cool.
So maybe this Sunday we will, too. Sunday or Monday. I'm off both days. But see what the good weather forecast is. Cold, cold, and cold. My kind of musky weather.
It's going to make some ice. 2 weeks.
All right. Fishable ice before Christmas.
Fishable ice.
In the bay, though.
In the bays. Not the main lake. By the boat launch, I can see the boat launch freezing up here. It's already locked up. I think there's a couple open holes right in the boat launch area further out. Over Thanksgiving, it locked up pretty tight.
It had a couple inches of ice.
Yeah. I talked to one customer. He said there was like 3 inches out there, right off the end of the piers.
Yeah, your dad told me about the guy that was trying to get his boat out, and he said this guy spent like an hour.
Yeah, chopping ice and trying to get his boat in there.
Yeah, then the next day they had a trail cut through it.
Yeah.
Which, to me, it's not worth busting by trailer lights.
No. Yeah, you got to watch your prop and motor and everything.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. It's like the people that get on with 1 inch of ice or 2 inches of ice. I'm going to catch millions of fish this winter. Not me personally, but we take how many people we have with us and everything else. We're going to get hundreds of thousands of fish topside.
Yeah.
Where is the incentive to die over a fish?
Right.
It's not worth it. I mean, I get accidents happen, things go wrong, but let's keep it in our favor. That's why we do the ice reports. And everybody at least has hey, this is what we saw.
Oh, yeah. We get a lot of feedback on the ice reports that we do, so.
Yeah, that's one thing. Everybody's been pretty good about it. They all liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to keep going with that, so. Next week, I'll keep an eye on the inlet there, and we'll kind of see what happens. If it opens up or stays locked up, I'll get out there and do a quick little video or something for the inlet. Maybe check down on the south end by the Highlands Bay there and see what's going on.
I think if you lose some of the strong wind for the next few days, you could lock up the lake.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was Tuesday or something. It's supposed to be like 18 or 21 for a high.
The main lake is pretty much ready to lock up.
Well, Geneva was, I want to say it was 43 last Sunday or 42, 43, one of the two. I always look down to see what the water temperature is on the locator, and then I forget when I get off the lake.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, low of 18, high of 28, 40-mile-an-hour gusts.
That is not good.
Same Sunday though, 37.25, 36 mile an hour gusts. Monday 41.24. Tuesday 36. Yeah, then rain next Thursday. But who knows? I mean, crazy things have happened.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go fishing, buddy.
All right. We will see you guys next time.
Thanks for listening. Sorry if you didn't like us. Please don't send us death threats because I don't have time to read them.
Yeah, sometimes we just ramble on, but that's us. We'll see you.